Dear students, grade A, let us start our session with Economics, Unit 3, Money and Credit. In this session, we are going to learn about the barter system, money and various transactions of money, role of RBI, and various types of credits. Almost all things used by man have a monetary value. In addition to that, the pay given for labor, wages, and service are all fixed on the basis of money. The taxes and duties are also paid in the form of money. We would have seen our parents planning the expenses at our home every month. The monthly income, pending expenditure, savings, payment of interest, etc. are all measured in terms of money. Not only at homes, but also the budgets of a country or states are also framed on the basis of money. The government as well as private institutions and industries calculate their financial status through money. Thus, money plays a predominant role in all our lives. The barter system flourished wherever civilization thrived. This system was active not only within a civilization but also among civilizations. This was the initial form of international trade. During archaeological excavation in Egypt and Iraq, articles used during the Indus Valley civilization were excavated. As years went by, there were issues found in barter system. For example, there were problems in the exchanging needed goods. A person who had paddy was in need of earthenware, for instance, but the person who had pots and other utensils was not in need of paddy. Thus, the needs of many people were not fulfilled. Measuring the quantity and value of the goods exchanged were found very difficult. To solve these issues, they fixed a common item with a standard value for the effective exchange of goods. It was usually in the form of some metal. Metals were rare to find and could be maintained for a long time and never lost their value. Hence, the metals can be termed as the first form of money. These may be the reasons why metals were chosen. Gold, silver, and copper were the metals used first. They were called ancient currency. Leather, beads, shell, tobacco, salt, corn, and even slaves were exchanged as barter in the ancient time. The later Cholas allowed the traders to have their own army. Historical evidence states that during this period, small traders and producers gave credit to the Tamil traders to support their export needs. The metals such as silver and gold gained importance gradually all over the world. So these metals were used as standard value in the exchange of goods. This was called as natural money. As days went by, issues arose because while trade prospered, there were insufficient reserves of gold and silver. Mines also had a limited reserves of these metals. An alternative was found and coins were made using metals with lesser value. These were used to buy and sell goods of lesser value. It was used as a money of the poor people. Hence, these coins were printed in large numbers. Paper money came into being as the new stage. This money was without form and the people started saving in banks. The Great Economic Depression was also prompted the saving habit of the people. Money has become an inseparable part of everyone's life today. It has changed its form in the economic front. Money transactions are done through many ways in the electronic world. History of money. Barter system was established in 9000 BC, coins in 1100 BC, currency in 600 BC, gold coins in 1250 AD, Marco Polo in 1290 AD, printing of currency in 1661 AD, electronic transfer in 1860 AD, credit card in 1946 AD, mobile banking in 1999 AD, and NFC in 2008 AD. Electronic transactions. One has to visit the bank and fill in a challan or produce a check to withdraw money from his account. Now this practice is gradually vanishing. Instead, one can easily withdraw the necessary amount from an automated teller machine, that is ATM, with the help of an ATM debit card. One can easily withdraw the money needed at any time at ATMs located everywhere. A person can deposit money in their account without visiting the branch. Similarly, credit cards are also available through which things are bought on credit and the amount can be paid later. Nowadays, instead of using check or demand draft, online transaction through net banking are carried out. Through this, money is transacted to anyone who lives anywhere across the globe. Technology has advanced so much that even mobile banking is widely used nowadays. Role of the Reserve Bank of India. A government has a responsibility to regulate money supply and oversees the monetary policy. Hoarding of money must be avoided at all costs in a country's economy. Only then money can be saved in banks. A major portion of the savings in banks are used for the development of industries, economic growth, and various development schemes for the welfare of the poor. All the major and important banks were nationalized in India. The Reserve Bank of India regulates the circulation of currency in India. The Reserve Bank of India started its operations on 1st April 1935. It was permanently moved to Mumbai from the year 1937. RBI was nationalized in 1949. 85% of the printed currency is left for circulation. According to the statistic available as on August 2018, currency worth of 19 lakh crore are in circulation. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's PhD thesis on the problem of the rupee, its origin and solution was reference tool and provided guidelines for the Reserve Bank of India Act of 1934. Relationship between money and prices. There is a close relationship between volume of circulation of money and the price of things. 90% of the products are manufactured with the main aim of sales or meant for services. Growing crops and production are done on a commercial basis rather than on a subsistency level. This phenomenon also increased the importance of the market and money. The relationship between money and price is connected with the monetary policy. There is a close relationship between the growth of money supply and inflation. Price controls play a very important role in a country's economic stability. This role is played by the Central Bank of our country, RBI in India. Currency is a medium of exchange in a country. The Indian currency is called the Indian rupee. In a country, the foreign currency is called foreign exchange. Purchasing capacity of all currencies in the world are compared using the US dollar as a standard currency. This value differs from country to country. Most of the international trade transactions are carried out in US dollar. Functions of money. When money replaced the barter system, a lot of practical issues were solved. Money acts as a medium of exchange, a unit of measurement, a store of value, and a standard of deferred payments. It plays an important role in transactions. Country with its currency: India rupee, England pound, European Union euro, Canada dollar, Japan yen, China yuan, Saudi Arabia riyal, Australia dollar, Malaysia ringgit, Pakistan rupee, Sri Lanka rupee. Medium of exchange: money should be accepted liberally in exchange of goods and services in a country. Unit of account: money should be the common standard unit of calculating a country's total consumer goods, products, services, etc. For example, if a book costs ₹50, it means that the price of the book is equal to 50 units of money. Money is used to measure and record financial transactions in a country. A store of value: money is used as a store of purchasing power. It can be used to finance future payments. Credit: farmers avail credit during monsoons for buying seeds, agricultural input, and other expenses. Traders and small entrepreneurs need credit for their needs. Even large industries receive credit to take up their new projects. Credit is available from formal financial institutions like nationalized and private banks and cooperative banks, informal financial institutions. Microcredit is received through self-help groups. As far as nationalized banks and cooperative banks are concerned, the interest to credit is comparatively lesser and there is guarantee for the pledged goods. Informal financial institutions are easily approachable to the consumers with flexible procedures, but there are issues like the safety of items pledged, high rates of interest, and modes of recovery. People who lived in a particular place or those who are involved in a certain work join together in a group and start saving. These are called as self-help groups. The nationalized bank provide help to these groups through microcredit. Credit given through self-help groups for street vendors, fishermen, especially women and the poor, really make a difference in their life. In Tamil Nadu, all the banks have 10,612 branches across the state. They carry on a total transaction of around 15 lakh crore rupees during the financial year 2017 to 2018. 1 rupee and 2 rupee notes were first printed in India in the year 1917. The Reserve Bank of India is empowered to issue the Government of India notes since 1935. 500 rupee note currency was introduced later. In 1940, 1 rupee notes were issued again. Till 1947, the currency notes with the image of King George VI were in circulation. After independence, the Government of India issued currency notes. In 1925, the British government established a government press at Nasik in Maharashtra. Currencies were printed 3 years later. In 1974, a press was started in Dewas, Madhya Pradesh. In the 1990s, 2 more presses were started in Mysore, Karnataka and West Bengal to print bank notes. The Reserve Bank of India has the authority to decide the value of currency to be printed and how the amount should reach its destination safely. Through the RBI has the power to print up to 10,000 rupee notes. At present, a maximum of up to rupees 2,000 is printed. In this session, we learned about barter system, money and various transactions of money, role of RBI and various types of credits. Thank you.